Sorry, I just okay. Hey, so you should really play Flubs in your 99. Like you, I fell in love with Flubs the first moment I saw him. He's just the perfect little guy. He's got a lovely drawback in his ability, which means you actually have to think about what you're doing. It seems like such a fun commander to build a deck around, but I wasn't actually inspired by the cards I saw. So I tried to fix the main problem I was running into, which is getting stuck on two cards. If you have two cards in your hand and you have Flubs in play, and you play a card, that's then one card out of your hand, and then Flub says, discard your last card, which means you end up hellbent, and you probably don't do anything because Flubs likes you to just top deck the entire time and storm off or play a bunch of Cheerios and have a good time. So how do you fix that? And I was thinking about how Flubs is actually just my kind of way of coping with the world lately, which is to be blissfully ignorant, like try and not pay as much attention to the news or try to just, I don't know, de-stress by not engaging with the world, deleting my social media, and generally just tuning out. And I was thinking, yeah, you could do that, but then what about just this gnawing feeling that you're supposed to be doing something or supposed to be doing something about the things that are happening around you? And then I was thinking about cards, or I came across cards, kind of also looking for other commanders to play. Since I'm a relatively new Magic player, I was just also looking at 5-color commanders because a friend of mine told me that one of the most difficult things to do is to play 5-colored commander. And I stumbled across a little guy known as Niv-Mizzet, who's this arrogant dragon in Ravnica, which is a place, that says that you can play instants and sorceries from your graveyard as long as you discard a card. So, how does that fix your 2-card problem? Well, you could discard a card to play an instant or sorcery that allows you to draw more cards or do other stuff, which Flubs then tells you to discard a card, which could be your last card. But if you're smart about it, you could play these cards that draw you more cards, which then allows you to draw, for example, more lands and have more options to further put stuff into your graveyard. And then you can use the drawback that Flubs has, which is basically put a lot of cards in your graveyard, into a benefit because Niv-Mizzet really likes having stuff in your graveyard. So there we go. Put Flubs into your 99 with a commander that likes to have lots of stuff in his graveyard. And I thought I was being smart, and I like EDH Rec, like every normal EDH player. But the thing with EDH Rec is that you have to filter on the cards you like or the archetype you want to build around. So what I did is I went to Niv-Mizzet Supreme's EDH Rec page and I said, please add only Flubs the Fool. And I saw that nobody had a deck except for me. So yeah, Flubs is not unpopular. A lot of people have Flubs. But he's definitely more of a commander than a card you would put in your 99. And as I'm recording this video, recently I saw a second person has put Flubs into their 99, and I thought, oh my god, there's two of us. And I was looking at his cards, and I was noticing how at least for the creatures, apart from Flubs, which is 100% synergy between the two decks, every other creature has 50%, meaning we're totally unique on the creatures. And for instance, we only have 3 cards that are the same. 3 very good cards, I should say, but nonetheless. And I was looking at his cards and I was thinking, you're playing those weird Eidolon or Eidolon or whatever, however they're pronounced cards, which is basically your discard fodder. So you're doing a totally different thing than from what I'm doing. And I figured I would just record this video because I really want people to make Niv-Mizzet decks with Flubs in their 99. Because I've had so much fun gold fishing Flubs with Niv-Mizzet. And I've gone through so many iterations of this build. I used to play Storm with the Otters from Bloomborough. Then I went into a more mill-heavy deck, and I played Laboratory Maniac, actually. And I went for these guys that get really powerful if more stuff is in the graveyard, and add some unblockables. But mainly, I just like having 40 lands and 40 instants and sorceries, and then just switch around the creatures. You can do whatever creatures you like, and it's very, very flexible. But yeah, just go for it, I'd say. It is so much fun to just look at two color instants and sorceries, and there's so many options, especially if you just go beyond the staples a little bit. You try to forgo all the classic Simic value things, unless that's your jam. If you want to go for that, go for it. What I think the cards that are kind of must-have or staples, you could call them, are cards that say draw X and then discard X. So cards like Tainted Indulgence, which me and this other random person both have. So yeah, I think that's it. You can find my deck in the description. I've recently opened a collector booster box of Dragonstorm, so that's happened. You could play the new Narset, which forces you to discard cards at the end of your turn and draw for as many spells you've cast as a secondary commander or like a hidden commander instead of Flubs. But then you don't have the downside, really. So I think playing Flubs is far more interesting. And yeah, good luck, Godspeed, and let me know what archetype you're going to go for. I think you could build anything with that shell. You could go full landfall, you could go storm, you could go those cheapy Cheerios, you could go burn, you could go anything. So please let me know in the comments what you're going to go for, and I think that's it. Okay, bye-bye.